Hey, welcome to another edition of What's Cooking in Buck's Kitchen. Today I am going to show you how to cook the perfect juicy pork chop. Here I have two thick juicy pork chops, and all I did was rub them down with a little olive oil. I sprinkled a little bit of sea salt on them and a little bit of pepper, and that's it. The trick to juicy pork chops is the sear and roasting them in the oven. So what I'm doing right now is I'm preheating my oven to 400 degrees, but not just the oven. I'm preheating the cast iron skillet. There you go, the bell just went off. So now the cast iron skillet is at 400 degrees and the oven's preheating to 400 degrees. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the cast iron skillet out of the oven and I'm gonna sear one side of the pork chops for a couple minutes, flip them over, and then stick them back in the oven to cook for another 6 to 10 minutes. And when they come out, they'll rest for 5 minutes and then they'll be perfectly juicy pork chops. All right, so watch this. Ooh-ah. You should hear the pork chops sizzle immediately, and you want to cook that for about 3 minutes until it's golden crisp on the other side. Now you'll see a little bit of smoke, but that's okay. If it gets too smoky, just turn down the heat a little bit and continue cooking for 3 minutes. All right, so after 3 minutes, flip them over. And immediately put them back in the oven. And now wait for 6 minutes, check them. If they need a little bit more cook time, put another couple minutes on. The internal temperature should be about 140, 145, 6 to 10 minutes. Ooh-wee, look at that. See that beautiful crisp? That's the way it's supposed to look, beautiful. All right, so now we want to see that they're cooked all the way through. And I know you want to cut it, but that's going to release all the juices. If it's not cooked, then you've just released all the juices and it's not juicy anymore. So what I've got here is a meat thermometer set to 140, and I'm going to take my meat thermometer and I'm going to stick it inside the beef. All right, and now we're going to see what the temperature is. All right, so it's at 136. There's 138, 139, there you go, 140. That's perfect, a perfect temperature, a perfectly juicy pork chop. So now I'm going to pull it off the heat right away and let them sit for 5 minutes to rest, and they'll be perfectly juicy. All right, so there's the pork chop. We're going to set those aside and let those rest. For tonight's dinner, I'm going to have a side of rice pasta. With my dietary needs, I'm not allowed to have anything. I can't have regular pasta, nothing with wheat in it. It has to be gluten-free, but I am allowed to have rice. So rice pasta is something that I can have. Have you ever had rice noodles? See this right here? That's rice noodles. Probably looks a little familiar, right? A lot of Chinese dishes like top ramen and stuff use rice noodles. So I'm going to cook up some rice noodles tonight and see how they come out. All right, so I've got some water boiling here. I'm just going to drop them in there for a couple minutes, and we're going to see how they come out because I've never made these before. So you're seeing it as I'm doing it for the first time. Break those noodles up a little bit, spread them out, and just let them boil for about 3 minutes. And there you have it. Rice noodles, all cooked and boiled. It did say to rinse them in cold water, but that was optional. So tonight, since this is the first time I've tried this, I'm not gonna rinse them. I'm gonna leave them hot and unrinsed. And then I'm gonna put them on the top bottom of the bowl and put the pork chop on top so all the juices kind of get into the noodle itself. I guess we'll see what we got. So stand by. And voila, exactly how I'm gonna serve it. Noodles on the bottom, pork chop on top. All those juices will soak right into the noodle. And there's my plate. Pork chop over a bed of rice, Chinese rice noodles. All right, so let's see just how juicy these pork chops are. Wow, look at that. I can see the glistening juice coming out of there. And look at all this juice that's soaking into the rice noodles. That's exactly what I was looking for. And now for the taste. Perfectly seasoned, perfectly juicy, perfectly good pork chop. And as for the rice noodles, I think I have a hit. The perfect juicy pork chop over Chinese rice noodles. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and come again and see what else is cooking in Buck's kitchen. All right, we'll see you next time.